Welcome, everybody. Now, customers of a modern world-class transit system expect a convenient I get the words wrong here, huh? Fair payment system, which is fabulous. And today's announcement is a transformative step and will deliver a more convenient, seamless experience for adult fare customers on the TTC and for those traveling between the TTC and the 905. Now, we're all aware of the impact that the pandemic has had on transit ridership. And I'm pleased to say that TTC ridership continues to rebound as more workers return to the office and people are, once again, enjoying all the events and attractions that our great city has to offer. While the average weekday boardings stand at roughly 78% of pre-COVID levels, ridership among less frequent customers, and that's those that ride the TTC 4 times a week or less, stands at 118% of pre-COVID levels. And that's exciting because what that tells us is ridership looks different, but people are returning to the TTC. Now, giving customers more convenient options to purchase a single-use adult fare will continue to attract more riders to the TTC and to public transit in general in the GTHA. And that's why we're proud to continue working with our partners, the Ontario government and Metrolinx, on a modernized fare payment system. Now, safe, reliable, and convenient transit is vitally important to the success of our vibrant city. It's considered in every decision that we make and every discussion that we have. So I look forward to those positive impacts that this new payment option is going to have on the TTC and, most importantly, the TTC's customers. Now, before I call Phil Verster up, it would be negligent of me not to recognize TTC employees and everyone that's working so hard to move the transit around this great city. I remind people that the Toronto Transit Commission is the 3rd largest transit system in North America. Only New York City and Mexico City carry more customers than the City of Toronto's Toronto Transit Commission. So with that, thank you very much for being here today. I'll ask Phil Verster if he'll come up. Thank you, Phil.
Yes. Good morning. Thank you very much, Rick. Your Worship, Mayor Chow and Minister Chow, thank you very much for being here. Now, we've got a fantastic investment program in transit, $75–80 billion over the next 10 years. However, customers and riders want to have more choices, and they want to have an easy way of paying, and this is what open payments is about. And about a year ago, we rolled out open payments, which is, by the way, debit, credit, mobile phone, as well as smartwatch, to the broader 10 agencies in the GTHA. And the uptake has been very encouraging and fabulous. And today and by Tuesday next week, the 15th, we have the jewel in the crown. Rick is rarely described as a jewel, but the TTC is a jewel in the crown. And the TTC have been fantastic in collaborating with us. Rick's team has been magnificent, and this is a complex IT project which have been implemented, and we are very excited about this success. Now, the really exciting part, as well as all of our partners that have worked with us. We have worked with 4 of the biggest banks, and other banks would follow that remove debit transactions from charging on debit accounts. And this is not the end of it. Very soon going to bring Presto in wallet, which gives more choices, more options. Watch the space. Thank you very much, Minister Chow.
Well, thank you for that, Phil, and good morning, everybody. Welcome to Leslie Station. This is where I grew up taking that Leslie 51 bus. It's really special to have you here this morning. I'm joined by some of my colleagues and friends, our Minister of Accessibility and Seniors, Minister Raymond Cho, and the MPP for Eglinton Lawrence, Robin Martin. Here we are in North York, and as you've heard, we're sharing some very exciting news about how our government is making the transit experience easier and more convenient. Over the past year, we've expanded the ways people can pay for local transit all across the GTHA. Many know that riders can tap their credit or debit card to pay their fare on Go Transit, Up Express, local agencies in Brampton, Burlington, Durham, Hamilton, Mississauga, Oakville, York, as well as paratranspo services on OC Transpo. And it's an understatement to say that it's been a major success. Since we first launched more payment options exactly a year ago, we've recorded over 2.5 million taps using credit and debit on participating systems across the GTHA and Ottawa. That's a lot of taps. And this unabated uptake demonstrates two things. First, that the technology works. And second, that there is significant demand for more payment options on transit. Those 2.5 million trips are proof that great people of this province want more convenient payment options when getting from point A to point B. However, there's been a major piece that's been missing from this puzzle, and you have asked about it, that of course being Toronto. Well, today I am pleased to announce that starting on Tuesday, August 15th, transit riders will be able to tap their credit or debit cards when using the TTC. This includes credit or debit cards, as Phil said, on your smartphone or smartwatch. And for Presto card users, I'm also pleased to announce that we're working on rolling out Presto for mobile wallets, so you'll soon be able to have your Presto card on your phone. You know, this is meaningful, transformational change. And all too often I hear from transit riders that they're frustrated by the current experience. Now, as Rick will know, he's abandoned his Red Sox in favor of cheering for the Blue Jays, but when you're down at a game and you see the queue for a Presto machine to load your funds, it's frustrating. Now you have the option to simply tap and go. You can't make this up. One of our team members just yesterday was getting on to a bus and heard from a visitor out of town saying, I can't tap my debit, and didn't know. You know, these are more convenient options, not for those who take transit on a regular basis, but visitors to this world-class city that we're privileged to live in. I agree that we can do better. And today we take a step forward to do exactly that. Allowing riders to pay their fare with credit and debit on the TTC is just one way our government is making life easier for transit riders across the GTHA. Now, expanding payment options does support our government's long-term goal of integrating transit by making the experience more connected and more convenient. And on that note, we're working closely with our partners, including the TTC, to develop coordinated approaches to regional fare integration that benefits riders, and know that progress has been and continues to be made. Over the coming months, I look forward to sharing more good news about how we're making the transit experience easier and more affordable. So I do want to thank you for coming this morning. I had a great conversation with Mayor Olivia Chow as well as about some of our aligned transit priorities. So at this time, I'd like to call up Your Worship, Mayor Chow.
Thank you, Minister. Good morning. As a transit rider, I have 2 Presto cards. How come? Because sometimes after I tap off from taking a GO train, I put it in my pocket and then I forget. So I don't have a Presto card, so I go and buy another Presto card at a station. And other times as a transit rider, I would forget how much money I have on each of the cards. Or if I run out of money on one card, I try to add more on and immediately get on a streetcar, but guess what? It takes a little bit of time to have it effective. Or I would rush into a subway station trying to get in, but there's a lineup at the fare box, so I have to wait. If I'm in a rush, I'm just sort of standing there, okay, I need to get through, I need to get through, I need to use my Presto card. All of that trouble is going to be behind me this coming Tuesday. It means that I can just use my phone, pull out my wallet, have access to my access card on my debit card, credit card, and just tapped. Wow. It is so fast, so convenient, and it is just going to make the ride so much smoother and faster. So transit rider, let's use the TTC often. It is the better way. It's faster, it's more reliable, it's less stressful than experiencing some of the congestion on the street. So I really welcome this news, this excellent, convenient way of getting on and off our wonderful system. So transit rider, take the TTC and the GO train now. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to flip to the, I don't know if this is on, but we're going to flip to the media QA. Name, media outlet, favorite color, and just kidding. No, okay. And one question, one follow-up. Start here.
Oh, okay. Hi, Megan Fitzpatrick, CBC News. I have a couple of questions. I'm not sure who wants to take this. It's just sort of on the timeline why this took so long. I mean, you said you rolled it out to other jurisdictions first and Toronto last. Given how busy of a transit system it is, as you just said, one of the busiest in North America, why wouldn't you start with doing it in Toronto and then spread it out to the other jurisdictions later? Why are TTC riders having to wait so long for this?
Yeah, well, thank you, Megan, and I appreciate the sense of urgency for Toronto. It's something that I've shared growing up as well as a regular transit rider, and I will throw to Phil for some of the technical issues, but I think you addressed the key issue in the question itself. It is the largest transit agency that we have in the country, and as Rick mentioned, it's actually the third largest in North America, and that meant a hardware refresh for almost 9,000 devices. That took some time to roll out. Of course, those changes are now here, and it's an exciting time. You'll see that the hardware has already started to be updated on the subways, and our go-live date for the Tuesday, August 15th is on time, and we're looking forward to that change. I don't know, Phil, you want to add to some of the technical details there?
Yes, thank you for the question.
Okay, there you have it. We've been listening to this announcement live in North York that the TTC paying for it is now catching up with the times the year 2023. So next week, Tuesday, August 15th, you can now use your credit or debit card or one that's linked to your smartphone or smartwatch to pay for your fare.